చేశారేనా ల్యాబ్ వచ్చిందా? హలో,
సార్ గుడ్ మార్నింగ్.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్, గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. చేశారా ల్యాబ్ నేను?
ల్యాబ్ చేశాను సార్. లైనెక్స్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఒకసారి అయ్యింది, మళ్ళీ ఇంకో 2 సార్లు చేయాలి సార్.
ఓకే,
ఆ కమాండ్స్ కొంచెం చూడాలి
ఒకసారి
అందుకని.
చూసి కొంచెం.
చేస్తాను సార్, చేస్తాను.
నెక్స్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ దేర్. నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్ ఈజ్ we're going to move over the snapshot. Okay?
స్నాప్షాట్.
Here what does mean by snapshot? Here what is the snapshot? So here is nothing but a backup. Is nothing but a backup. Backupping your data. Okay, backupping your OS, backup your instance. Snapshot is nothing but a backup, taking a backup of data, taking a backup of OS, known as snapshot. Okay, so what is a snapshot? Snapshot provides simple and secure data protection solution. Data protection solution. To protect the data, we'll use which one? Snapshot. That is designed to protect your block storage data. As which storage we can protect your data, like EBS volumes, boot volumes, as well as the on-premises block data. So EBS snapshots are point-in copy of the your data. So whenever disaster occurs, suppose if the hard disk failure, then I had stored the data, the hard disk, then hard failure, hard disk having heavy issues there, then that time we'll lose the data. To lose that time you lose the data. To avoid that situation, we'll take the backup of that particular data. That is known as the snapshot. That is known as the snapshot. So what does mean snapshot? Yeah.
Taking backup of the
Yes,
existing data.
yes. So EBS snapshots are nothing but also known as the incremental backups. You can backup your data on the EBS volume by making it point in time copies, known as the EBS snapshot. Snapshot is incremental backup, means that I had taken a backup at 7 o'clock morning, again I had taken a 8 o'clock in the morning, again I had taken a 9 o'clock in the morning. So one that is called incremental backup. Incremental backup. Okay. So another thing is there, snapshots are region specific, mean that in the previous case volumes, if we create volumes, we can restore or we can access data within the availability zone also. Within the availability zone only. So for instance is there in the availability zone 1, volume should be there in the same availability zone. Here,
Yes.
Here no issue. Snapshot can be restored any region, any availability zone. So take a backup. From the backup, we can restore data to other region, to other availability zone. Understand?
ఇది అర్థం కాదు సార్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు నార్మల్గా ఒక ఇన్స్టెన్స్కి
వినండి, చెప్పిన
ఆటోమేటిక్
తర్వాత వినండి, ఫస్ట్ తర్వాత మాట్లాడదు. ఎక్కడైనా బ్యాకప్ అవుతుంది, రిస్టోర్ అవుతుంది డేటా. అర్థమైందా? ఏ రీజియన్లో అయినా రిస్టోర్ అవుతుంది.
ఓకే,
అర్థమైందా? అర్థం కాలేదు. ఎక్కడైనా రిస్టోర్ అవుతుంది అండి డేటా. నువ్వు తీసుకున్న బ్యాకప్ ఎక్కడైనా రిస్టోర్ అవుతుంది. దానికి అవైలబిలిటీ జోన్ రీజియన్కి ఏం సంబంధం లేదు, ఎక్కడైనా చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఏ అవైలబిలిటీ జోన్లో చేసుకోవచ్చు, అంతే. ఇంకేముంది దాంట్లో కాంప్లికేటెడ్? Irrespective of region, you can restore data any availability zone. Volume can be accessed only the particular availability zone only. Whereas snapshot can access and restore anywhere. Other region also. We can copy the backup restore, we can create restore the data other region also. Understand? అర్థం కాలేదా?
అర్థమైంది సార్, అర్థం.
So we want to create a backup. Okay, I'll just go to the Why we need to take the backup? Because suppose having any disaster, to record the data, we're going to use the backup.
Backup.
Okay. So it is mandatory to have a backup. If you don't have a backup, then what happens if anything, hardware failure, any other failure, whole data will be lost. Whole data will be lost. First, to avoid this situation, we'll take a backup. We'll take a backup.
Backup.
So what we're going to do in the lab, first we'll create an instance. First we're going to create an instance and add a value, and this value we're going to add the data. Once the data is added into the value, then we can take the backup. Whatever the value we created, so suppose I created a value that is the size of 20 GB. We'll take a backup of that value. Okay. If the volume failures or volume having any issue, then volume is deleted also. Then again we can restore the data. Understand? The same procedure for Windows and Linux. There nothing will be changed. Everything will be same. Okay. I just go to the EC2 here. Click on the launch instance. First I create an instance with a value. Just go here. Go to the Windows EBS. EBS. Select Windows. Here I select Windows 2.2. First type. I'll take the old keeper, which I created previously. Here thing is there, by the default Windows how much free tier they will give? 30 GB. Here directly I am adding volume. The volume can be added. Here yesterday I had explained you to create a volume. Where we need to create a volume? Where we create a volume? Under the elastic block storage, you have a volume is there. This option is there. Yesterday I explained you how to create a volume. Here what I am doing here, directly I am creating volume here in the console itself. I am not creating separate. No problem, you can create separately, you can create here also. No issue. Okay. So what is the free tier eligible? How much can you use?
30 GB. I'll
add a volume here directly. Okay. So that is around 20 GB. Right? 20 GB. Okay. So now click on the launch instance. I created an instance and I added a volume. So once we added volume directly from the console, you don't need to attach. It will be directly attached. Okay. So when you created a volume separately from the console, then we need to attach. Okay. When you are creating the instance, during the instance creation, when you directly add the volume, you don't need to attach volume. So previous case in yesterday, when I created a volume from the separately, then we need to attach. If you don't attach the volume to the instance, it won't detect. Okay. Now I created instance. There will be two EBS volumes will be there. One is the EBS volume which was created by the AWS itself. It is known as the root volume. Root volume. Another volume is known as which was created by us. That is having a size of 20 GB. We just log into the system or instance. Then we'll add some data. To the particular volume. Then we'll take a backup. Again, we're going to restore. Here to connect here, right click for Windows instance, connect. Click on the RDP client, get password. Wait for some time. So now upload the private key. upload the private key which we added, then decrypt, then copy the password, click on the remote desktop file, click on the connect, paste, yeah, paste, then OK. Then click on next. So how will you do the partition format? Go to the disk management.ms. Which command you need to type? The command prompt disk mgmt.ms. Okay.
Yes, this mgmt this ms.
Here. So right click here. The disk 0 it is created by the default, and disk 1 which is we created. Here right click here, online. Here it is asking for do the initialization. So then I can click here, initialize the disk. You can use MBR or GPT. Then to create a partition, here click on this one.
New
Click
simple,
new simple
yeah.
value.
I very
And the
good.
default system is NTFS. Format is NTFS. So now I've created a disk. To check the disk is created, go to the this PC or press Windows E. Windows E.
Windows.
This PC, we have two disks are there. We have
Two disks.
So click on this one. Right click here. New. I'll add some data. So like having you. I'll add some data. Okay. Yeah. Right click here. New. Text document. We add some data. Okay, add some data. Added some data. So then added some data. See this? What is the folder name? Backup.
Backup.
You could give any name, no issue. To take the backup, I am already having a data in the what? In the D drive. To take the backup, again go back to the console. Click on the instances. Again just drag and the left side we have a EBS value here. This one is there.
Snapshot.
Two volumes are there. One is the root volume.
One is the additional.
Another one is the volume which is created by us. The volume which is created by us. This is the volume. This is the root
volume.
This is the root volume. Again, volume 1. That volume minus 1. So now we'll take the backup of this volume. Where the data is there? In which volume? This volume.
Volume.
So right click here. Create a
snapshot.
Give the name or else you can leave also. I'm just giving the name as a optional, that is backup data. Okay, create a snapshot. So here it takes some time to take the backup. It takes some time to take the backup. To check whether they're taking the backup part, click on the snapshots. Click on the snapshots.
Snapshots.
Snapshots are paid version. So whenever you create a snapshot, try to delete as much as early, because if you take the backup, then if you won't delete, you will be chargeable. Okay?
Okay.
So whenever you practice, after practicing, try to do it. So now you see this is a snapshot. It is in the pending state. It is in the pending state. What does mean pending state? Taking the backup.
Taking backup.
You need to wait at least 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Then we're going to delete the value. Again, we're going to restore. Okay?
Okay.
Same thing you do for the Linux also. Same thing. So now backup is what? What is the snapshot status? What is the snapshot status here? Complete. Now backup is completed. So what we're going to do is we're going to intentionally delete the value. Why we are going to intentionally delete the value? To again, if any disaster occurs, then we can restore. For intentionally going to delete the value. Okay? So here select here value. You don't find the option of delete. Why? Because we need to first detach. Then only you can find the option of delete. Then I just click on this value, I detach it. Again refresh here.
Now we'll get the option for delete.
And we're going to delete the value. We're going to delete the value. You select the value here, right click and delete. Okay, delete. So now value is deleted. No? Let me check in the instance. Again press Windows C. Windows button plus C. You go here this backup. We don't find any date. It is completely deleted. Understand? There is no hard disk is there. See this. Because we deleted.
Yes.
Again we are going to restore. Because we have already taken the snapshot, we can restore. No issue. So how will you restore? Go to the snapshot. Go to the
snapshot.
Here having a snapshot is there. Here right click here to restore. Here having a
create volume for snapshot.
And means that from the snapshot we can create the value. From the snapshot we can create the value. You can create any availability zone. And also we can copy the other region also. If you see this, copy snapshot. Copy snapshot. And having regions are the see these are the regions.
Okay.
Okay. Here is the region name. So what is the right now I'm in the user which region? US East 1, that is the North region 1. So whereas Mumbai is the AP South 1. AP is the Asia Pacific, not Andhra Pradesh. Mumbai. Okay. Asia Pacific South 1. Whereas Hyderabad is the AP South 2. Here I am in the North region. What is the region here? US East 1. So you can copy to other region also. Copy to
other region also.
But thing is there chargeable. So when you transfer the data from one region to other region, anything that will be chargeable. For that. Okay?
Okay.
So how can it copy the snapshot to other region? Right click here, go to the copy snapshot.
Copy snapshot.
Which select region you want to copy, you select that region, it will be copied. Okay? So region to region data transfer will be the chargeable. Okay?
Okay.
So now I am going to create a value. Let me check first where the instance is created. Here, let me check first. Instance is created. It was created in the which region? See, which availability zone here? Which availability zone here?
1 day.
1 day.
1 day.
So now to create a value also which region? Sorry, which availability zone? 1D.
1 day.
So go to the snapshot. Click on the snapshot. Right click here. Create a volume from the snapshot. Create a
Volume from the snapshot.
so the default you have 20 GB. Suppose you want to extend, you can extend also, no issue.
Okay. Okay.
You can extend also, no issue. Data will be nothing will be changed. Data will be there, same data will be there, but and also we can extend the data. We can extend the disk size also. I don't want to extend. I want to keep same. Whatever the thing is there, I want to keep same. Then here 20. Here which availability zone is there? Instance. Which availability zone? Which availability zone need to create volume?
1 day.
I selected 1D here. Create a volume. Now volume created successfully. Go to the volumes. Check here volume is created. This volume you can give name for
Restored.
easily identify. That is the restore value. That is the restored value. Okay. After creating the value, you need to attach to the instance. You need to
Attached to the instance.
here right click here. Attach.
That's all.
Click here the instance name. Select the device name and attach value. Under.
That's all.
Now successfully attached the value. Again go to the instance. Go to the instance. Again go to this PC.
Windows C.
Press Windows C. Then go to this PC. You see
Volume is
here, having it volume is there and data is there. Understand?
Got it.
This is how you take the snapshot. This is the backup how you take. Understand? Here, this is the lab to create a backup. Another thing is there, whenever lab is there, when you create the lab or when you practice the lab, I told you that to avoid the charges, try to delete the lab entirely, entire lab. Mean that it should instance, volume, and also what? And also
Snapshot.
Okay. So what I am going to do here, first thing, first I will to delete this one. First I need to delete the value. First how will delete the value? Click on the restore value. How to delete the value? To delete the value, first we need to detach. We need to detach.
Detach.
So wait for some time. Again restore. Again refresh. It takes some time, like 5 seconds like that. But in Azure it takes so much of time. Azure is very slow. Portal is very slow. If you use Azure, you can identify very slow, but here is fast. Okay, Azure is very slow. Even to create an instance, it will take nearly to create 3-4 minutes. But here, within seconds, it will be created. Because of why? Because of AWS data centers are very big. AWS data centers are very big. Google also very good. Google also having a latest data center, so it doesn't have any latency. But Azure is very late, having too much latency. Okay? If you use, you can identify that how Azure behaves. Generally, there are multiple clouds are there. So Azure is there, AWS is there, Google Cloud is there. But among that, Azure is slow. Okay. So how will you delete the instance? Right click here.
Terminate. Okay.
So that is the thing. So now I terminated. Okay. So once it is terminated, go to the what? Snapshots.
Snapshots.
Select the snapshot here. I think they will give 1 GB free. Beyond 1 GB is paid. 1 GB snapshot is not chargeable. Yes, 1 GB, sir. See this. You can use 1 GB. 30 GB free storage and 1 GB.
Snapshot.
Behind 1 GB, you need to pay. Behind 1 GB,
We need to pay.
that is the thing how we created EC2 instance and we created a backup. That is
Backup.
another snapshot. Same thing you can practice for the Linux. Same thing. Won't change. The thing will be changed. The thing is only we need to type the command to create a value only. Everything is same. Okay? Everything is same for the Linux also. Nothing will be changed. Same thing. Okay? Here I just go to the instance to create a Linux EBS value. So you need to try that one. Okay? So here go to the launch instance for Linux. Here go to the Linux EBS. Go to the Linux EBS. I selected Amazon Linux. T2 micro. I selected a old key pair, and here I directly added a value. So here I am directly adding a value. Here this value size is around 10 GB. Okay? Understand? I created a how much value? 10 GB. Hello?
Hello? 10 GB, sir. 10
Yes.
GB.
So then I go to connect to the instance. Here go to the values. I rename it both values. This is the root value. This is the root value. Again, this is the value 1. This is the value 1. Done. Then we are going to connect to the instance. Connect to the instance. How will you connect to the instance? Just refresh. Status not updated. How you connect this one? Select this one. Right click. Click on connect button. Click on SSH client.
Connect to SSH client.
Go to the copy this command. Go to the
where is the key part is there?
Key directory. Key where it is located. Right click here.
Git bash.
Open. Okay, git bash. And paste here. And paste here. Enter. Then press this. Okay. Now successfully connect to the instance. How will you go into the root to the login? Sudo AC. How will you check the storages? LSBLK. LSBLK. There are 2 disks are there. XVD and XVDB is there. 2 disks are there. So how will you do the partition? You have disk slash DAV slash XVDB. Enter. To create a new partition, press N. Again I press 4 times. Okay. Then I will say WQ. Okay. So then I'll check here LSBLK. What happens here? Successfully created as a partition. After creating the partition, we need to format MKFS ext4. Which partition I want to do the format slash DAV XVDB1. XVDB1. Okay. So then after that we need to mount. To mount this one, we need to create a folder mkdir slash Javed. Okay, to mount this one, what is the folder? mkdir slash Javed. Okay. So how will you mount this one? Mount slash DAV
slash XVDB.
Sorry, XVDB1.
Javed.
Slash Javed.
Space it, sir.
Okay, done. So here how to check the mount again? LSBLK. So this partition is mounted with the folder Javed. How will I access the partition? Go to the folder cd slash Javed. Okay. Again here we need to write down the commands. Okay. I written a command like the F1, F2, F3, all this. Okay. Done. So again here. There is a data is there. What is the data here?
F1, F2, F3, F3.
Okay, done. So how will you take the back volume? How to take the same thing? Whatever the things followed previously, you need to follow the same thing. Okay, go to the volumes. Go to the volumes.
Volumes.
So we will take the backup. We'll take the backup.
Back.
Here, select the not root volume. Select the volume here.
Hmm.
You can take the backup for the root volume also. Right
Okay.
click here. What?
Hmm.
Create a snapshot.
Create snapshot.
I'll give the name as a Linux backup.
Hmm.
You can give any name or else you can leave also, no issue. Okay, that is optional. Okay, so now I have given the description backup Linux. Okay, again to check the backup is running or not in background, go to the snapshot. Go to the
Snapshot.
If we check here this snapshot, what is that? Snapshot is
Still in pending status.
pending.
It is
Okay.
taking that.
Once the backup is completed, again we need to restore. Once the backup is completed, again we need to restore. Okay.
Okay.
Let me check one more time whether it is completed or not. Okay. So now you can check here. What's the
Completed.
backup is what?
Later.
Completed. So then what we need to do? We're going to intentionally read the value. Okay. So what is the value here? Value 1. Right click here. First we need to
Detach.
So then refresh. Then refresh.
And delete.
After refreshing, select the value. Right click
Delete.
here. Delete value. Okay.
Delete.
Here. So now deleted a value. Okay, now value is deleted. Again here ls
DL.
cd slash cd slash
Java.
Again, how will you restore? How will
Go
you
to
restore?
Go to snapshot.
Go to snapshot.
Select it.
Right click here.
Right click.
Create
Create volume from snapshot. We can increase the GB if we want.
So where the EC2 is created and check the VDS instance which is available in 1. Generally it will be created in 1D defaultly. So value need to create it in the 1D. Create a value. Go to the values here. Use the name as restore value. Name as it restore value. Check here LSP. How many disks are there?
2 are there.
How many disks are there?
2 are there. XVD and.
We deleted XPDB.
Okay. Sorry.
So then the volume need to be, I created a volume now. So we're going to attach. XPDB. See this? This is the disk 1, this is the disk
This.
2, this is the mount point. Okay?
Okay.
Okay or not?
Okay, sir.
Successfully restored the snapshot.
Snapshot.
For which instance? Linux instance.
Linux instance.
Okay. Next thing. So after creation of the lab, I told you that what things we need to do. First, we need to
Delete the
value.
snap. Volumes,
Delete
snapshot,
the
and
to delete the value. First, we need to detach.
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 Again here, select the value. Right click here. Just refresh. If you won't find the delete option, then refresh the console. If you don't find any delete button, then we need to refresh one more time. Yeah, delete value. Yes. Delete value.
Delete all.
So now I deleted the value. Then go to the snapshot. Select the snapshot. Actions. Read the snapshot. Delete. Okay. Next thing is there. Go to the dashboard. Go to the instance. Select the instance. Here terminate the. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the thing. How you create the snapshot. What is the snapshot? Is nothing but incremental backup. You can take the backup for the volume. If any disaster occurs, then we can restore the volume with help of the snapshot. Understood? Next thing, we're going to learn about the take the backup of the instance. This time we take the backup of the whole instance. Instead of volume, we'll take the what? Take the backup of whole instance.
Okay.
We have taken the backup for the
Volume.
volume only. If what happens if the instance having any issue, if like accidentally I deleted a instance, or else from any having any problem issues there, if the instance is having any issue, then disaster we need to take the backup. We need to generally AWS will take the instance backup. Means that entire backup will be there from their side. If anything happens from our side, we need to take the backup copy.
Yes.
From their side means if you delete it intentionally, then it won't restore. Remember that. From their side means anything happens
Due
from
to
their side.
natural disasters or something like that.
They're having that side, the data center side, not from our side. If you delete it intentionally, they won't restore you. Remember that.
Okay.
I have instance is there. I deleted intentionally, or unintentionally. Whatever the thing is there. It won't be restored. Remember that. Huh?
Okay.
Here, next thing is there what? We'll take the backup the instance also known as the AMI. It's known as the AMI. Yeah? AMI snapshot. We'll bring the, what is the AMI? Amazon machine image. What is the AMI?
Amazon machine image.
Okay? Amazon machine image. So what is Amazon machine image? Huh? It's nothing but an operating system file. Nothing but a operating system file. Always operating system file is there in the image format. Any operating system, if it is a physical computer also, to install the operating system on top of the physical machine also, we use the image. The file should be in the image file format. Suppose if application I need to install, it will be in the .exe file format. Like that. So the operating system software is there in the image format. That image format. Image. Understand? Here also Amazon also having image. What is the image? Amazon machine image. Amazon machine image is an image that provides the software to require setup and boot an image instance. Nothing but it is the operating system file, operating system software, which is to boot the Amazon EC2 server. Understand?
Okay.
Here AMI contains the what are the devices at their hard disk at which device is attached. So what are the things are there EMI contains the which disk are attached. Okay, understand. Another thing is AMI is changed to region. Suppose I have Ubuntu Linux in the region, it will be changed. AMI will be changed in the other region. It won't be the same thing. It will be different ID will be there. Remember that. Same, not it is not having the same ID. It will be different ID for. See this. I want to have an instance. I want to launch Amazon Linux instance or any instance. Just go to the Linux instance. Okay. I selected here the Amazon Linux. Default I selected Amazon Linux. If you observe here this side, here. So what is the EMI ID? This is the EMI ID. This is the EMI ID. Remember that. This is the EMI ID when in which region? United States.
United States.
If you switch to other region, how will you switch to other region? Just click here. The right side you click here and just click to the Hyderabad region. Hyderabad region. Here, if you see this image ID for Amazon Linux, it will be different. This is the North Virginia region. You observe here the AMID here, see this ends with 0DE6, whereas in the same it is in Mumbai, Hyderabad region. See this, which region is this?
Hyderabad region.
So Hyderabad region here not 0DE6, it ends with other number.
Okay.
It will change from one region to other region. We can't restore to other region. Remember that. We can't restore to other region. Same region.
Okay.
Yes, you can restore. After taking the backup, you can restore. You can use other AMID. Okay. If you take the backup, they can be restored to other region.
Okay.
So what we are going to do here, previous class now today's two classes, we have taken the snapshot for the what? For the value. So now we'll take the backup for which one? AMI. AMI. We'll take the backup for AMI backup or instance backup, also known as the instance backup. So here we'll take the backup for the AMI. We'll take backup for the AMI. Here another thing is there. We'll take the backup for the AMI at the same time. By using this one, by taking the backup, you can take the customized image also. Customized AMI.
Okay.
Customized AMI means, suppose already AMI was created by the AWS. Understand or not? Who created the AMI?
AWS.
So that is the default AMI, which is created AMI. AMI contains the operating system, everything, operating system. Here, from the AMI, one EC2 instance is created. From the AMI, what?
An EC2 instance is created.
Which is created defaultly by the AWS, created by the AWS. After logging to the instance, I will add some software, like I add C, I add Java, I add .NET, I add a MySQL, I added a MySQL. Then I added all these things to this instance. Okay. General AMI doesn't have anything, this thing, only having a pure operating system, some default options will be. Then I added some custom options. These options I added. Okay. From this one, from this instance, I will take the backup of AMI. First thing is there. What? I will take the backup of AMI. At the same time, we can create the custom AMI. At the same time,
we can create a custom AMI.
So when you take the backup, it will take the backup of OS, understand, which is provided by AWS. At the same time, this one also. Understand? I had installed the software because I need this all software. I had installed. When you take the instance backup, what happens? With the AMI along, this thing also backup. Isn't it or not? It taken the backup for remaining thing also.
So
what we're going to use there, my team, so there is my developing team, it asking for the 100 servers, right? 100 servers. What they need?
100 servers.
100 servers. These 100 servers already you need to install C, Java, .NET, MySQL, Oracle, all these things. They need a 100 server. Then all this stuff or all these prerequisites need to be pre-installed to use the EC2 instance of the developer. Okay. Here, what thing is there? If you won't take the customized AMI or a backup of the AMI, if you won't create a customized AMI, every time we need to go to the single EC2, we need to install all these things, isn't it?
Yes.
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. Instead of that, I created a customized AMI. I already installed the software. Whenever you take the backup, it will create a customized AMI. All this already installed. From the customized AMI, we can create an instance. Automatically, all the software will be installed. No need to install separately. You got it? This is already installed. This EC2, all these they are already installed. Along this EC2, this thing also we had backup. We are also backup. And we created a what? Customized AMI. We created a customized AMI. I don't take this AMI, which one? AWS provided AMI. I take which AMI?
Customized AMI.
So when you take the customized AMI, this already installed this there. These things is all installed. So no need to install again. Automatically this pre-installed, you can find pre-installed. When you create a EC2 instance from the customized AMI, what happens? What happens? Already is there installed. No need to install. Ardhavanda? So then you don't need to install individually 100 computers every time. This is already there. You just create the instance, automatically all the software. Got it?
Got it.
So first thing is there. Of course, you can take the backup of your instance. First thing. Okay. Second thing is there. Same thing will also creating the customized AMI. What is that? Customized AMI. What is? Customized AMI is also create. First thing, it will create a backup of the instance. And second thing is that we can customize according to our requirement. From the customized AMI, we can launch instance. Okay. This customized AMI contains all our prerequisite, what the programmer wanted or the developer wanted. Okay. So no need to install separately. No need to separate install this all software. It will be pre-installed. Whenever when you will launch the instance, automatically the prerequisites will be installed. Understand? And third thing is there. Suppose having an instance, I have an instance is there. Suppose having one instance is there. Suppose having one
instance.
It is mandatory to have a key. What happens when a key lost? What happened? Key lost. If you lost the key, even AWS also cannot recover. Remember that?
Okay. Hmm.
If you lost the key, to connect
Hmm.
with the help of the key, you're going to connect to the instance. If you
Hmm.
lost the key pair, you won't able to connect to the instance. Remember that.
Hmm.
Even AWS also helpless. Okay?
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
In this situation, what we need to do? So for this one, the same EC2 instance will take a what? Backup AMI. What is that?
Hmm. Backup and
That is nothing but backup AMI is nothing but clone of this one. Clone.
hmm.
Mirror. When you
Copy of it.
stand mirror, when you stand in front of mirror, there will be two
Hmm.
images will be there. One is me, and second
Hmm.
is the that is on the mirror.
Image of this.
Uh,
Hmm.
Same thing when you take the backup of EMI, what happens? This mirror will be there. Understand?
Hmm. Hmm.
So then, from this backup EMI, when I restore EC2, we can create a new key pair. With the help of new key pair, we can connect. Understand?
Hmm.
Advaita, I have
Okay.
instance is there. Okay, that is already one created a key pair. I
Hmm.
lost a key pair.
Hmm.
Then how you connect to the key this instance? If you don't have a key pair, it is not possible to connect to the key pair. It is not connect to the instance without key pair.
Yes.
Then to avoid the situation, if you take the backup of the EC2 instance already,
Hmm.
that backup instance or cloned instance, same instance, backup cloned instance, you
Hmm.
can recover easily with the help of the new key. You don't need to have a old key.
Okay. Okay.
No, ma?
That's
So that are the three things we can do. First thing is there, you can take the backup, AMI. Huh? So
Hmm.
instance backup, what is the instance backup? Why you take the backup? If any disaster occurs or intentionally or unintentionally, some accidentally, I deleted a instance. Deleted a?
Instance.
If you already taken the backup, they can easily recover. You can easily.
Recover.
And second thing is there. What is the second thing? There we can create a customized AMI. We can create a.
Customized AM.
So this customized AMI, from the customized AMI, I had already installed the prerequisite which is needed by the developers or programmers. Then from the customized AMI, we can easily restore the EC2. That is also having a pre-installed software. Pre-installed software.
Software.
And third thing is there. So to connect to the instance, yeah, what is that? To connect to
Connect.
the instance,
We need
it
key
is
pair.
mandatory to have a key pair. Understand?
Hmm.
So what happens when you lost the key pair? You won't able to connect to the EC2 instance. Huh?
Yes. Yes.
So in the situation, I had already taken a backup of AMI. From the backup to AMI, when you reach from the backup to AMI, from the AMI I restore the EC2 again. Huh? The
Hmm.
same EC2 instance, that is a clone of the first instance, we can connect with the new key pair. We can connect with the,
New key pair.
that is the thing. Huh?
Hmm.
The three things we're going to do tomorrow. Same things in the same lab, only one single lab.
Okay.
Understand?
Okay.
Three things in a single lab. So what are the things there? First we'll take the AMI backup and the customize AMI and a key recovery. Key
Here.
recovery. All these things done in a single lab tomorrow. So, so this is known as also known as the golden AMI. So taking the customized AMI, creating the customized AMI is known as what? Golden AMI.
Golden
Known as
AM.
golden AMI. So what is the golden AMI? Fully customized, pre-configured,
Hmm.
isn't it?
Hmm.
So
Fully
this
configured.
having a this AMI already had installed a Java, C, .NET, everything is there.
Hmm.
That is a template, already created everything. When you
Hmm.
create EC2 instance, you don't need to install all these things, automatically pre-installed. That is known as what? Golden AMI. Understand?
Okay. Okay.
So anything sir, if you having any doubts today's class, what things were done? We had taken the snapshot of the Windows EBS. Again, we will take the snapshot of the Linux EBS.
Linux EBS.
So then we had know how to what is me AMI backup EC2 instance or instance backup. Then how to create a theory, not practical. What is the customized AMI and how to recover the key pair. How to recover the key pair if you lost the key. So that is the thing. Today's class. Okay. Try to do hard practice. Okay. Then tomorrow we'll go for the practical of the
Lab.